So, could Djed Spence be the answer to Liverpool's full-back problem? Liverpool have been linked with the Tottenham defender, and reports do suggest that Spence would be open to making the move. Nothing, of course, being agreed, but the interest makes sense when you consider the type of fullback that Iraola usually wants to use. Spence, who's 25, Premier League proven, and capable of operating on either side, but is he actually good enough for Liverpool, or are people just getting carried away by his World Cup performances? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. We're going to get straight into it. So when we look at his style of play, I think one of the first things that stand out with Djed Spence is his ball carrying. He's a powerful, direct runner who can receive deep and move his team 30 or 40 yards up the pitch without needing a complicated passing sequence. The data provided places him in the 95th percentile for progressive carries amongst all the fullbacks, and that matches the eye test. Once he has space to accelerate into, he's extremely difficult to stop. He uses his long strides, upper body strength, and close control to ride challenges and keep moving. Those qualities were already central to his breakthrough at Nottingham Forest, where his progressive running and dribbling ranked among the strongest in the Championship at the time. Spence was described as a dynamic, energetic, and forward-thinking wingback whose main strengths were carrying, dribbling, and physicality. Now, of course, he's naturally right-footed and probably looks more dangerous at right-back, driving down the outside and attacking the space beyond the winger. However, he has also become a genuine option on the left, as we saw during the World Cup, where he can carry diagonally into central areas and defend against quick right wingers. If you look at the data, it lists him across left, right, wing-back, and wide midfield options. Again, that's probably the wing-back kind of areas. Defensively, his biggest weapons are pace, strength, and his 1v1 ability. He can match fast attackers over distance and recover when space opens behind the defensive line. That supplied numbers show him being dribble past only 0.3 times per game per 90 minutes. The limitations are mainly in possession. Spence is more of a carrier than a creator. His expected assists and progressive passing both rank in the 23rd percentile in the data, while his crossing is closer to average, I would say. He can take Liverpool up the pitch, but he is not an elite final third playmaker. So that might be an area that you may potentially look at and think, nah, that's not really the type of player that you'd want to see. There are also moments when his positioning and concentration can be questioned. If you look at it, the records, 4 errors leading to shots and 2 leading to goals. His recovery speed can rescue situations, but Liverpool cannot rely on him constantly having to recover to make mistakes. So the good and the bad of Djed Spence. Stylistically, yeah, I think it's kind of obvious. It might match, Iraola wants aggressive pressing, fast vertical attacks, and fullbacks who overlap when the wingers move inside. Spence has the speed, he has the stamina to attack the flank, join the press, and then recover during transition. So that's definitely a plus. When you look at Iraola's teams, they regularly create width through the fullbacks, allowing the winger ahead of them to move into narrower attacking positions. That would provide a natural role for someone with Spence's athleticism and willingness to run beyond the ball. And at right back, he could stretch the pitch outside a narrow winger and offer a direct escape route against pressure. On the left, he gives Liverpool cover and a different kind of profile. Although his right-footedness can limit his delivery from the byline, he would not need to arrive as an undisputed starter. He could compete on the right, cover the left, and allow Iraola to rotate without losing the athleticism his system demands. Then, of course, there's the homegrown factor. Premier League clubs can register no more than 17 non-homegrown senior players, and Spence would officially listed as a homegrown player in Tottenham squad. That would give Liverpool greater flexibility to use their overseas squad places elsewhere. We know, kind of boring, but these things do matter. And that might be one of the reasons as to why Liverpool have been relatively slow in the transfer window thus far. So, final verdict from me. I think, should Liverpool sign him? Yeah, if it's a kind of low-cost kind of deal, I think he's better than Bradley and Frimpong in that area. I think he offers something that both of them don't really have, and that's that kind of athleticism, and also, and would I say mainly, it's the 1v1 battles. I think he's really good at those. And I don't think Bradley or Frimpong really match up to that, in my personal opinion. So I think he'd be bringing those two sets of attributes going forward. I think Frimpong is better. I even think Bradley is just that little bit better in those forward areas than Djed Spence. But I guess it just really depends on what it is that you're looking for. You've got Bradley, a player who can't stay fit, unreliable so far for Liverpool since making his debut. Frimpong has shown to be a little bit unreliable. He's been okay at right back. I wouldn't say he's been awful, but again, you can tell he doesn't look that comfortable in that position. I think Spence might just be one of those kind of low-cost deals, and he can cover in another position, which actually might help because he's a lot better than Tsimikas. So again, you can sign him if it's for a low fee, but yeah, it's one of those kind of things, depending on the fee, depending on what else Liverpool are planning to do this summer. Yeah, we'd have to wait and see. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section, people. Would you like to sign Djed Spence this summer? You think it's a deal that Liverpool should definitely be looking into, or other players that you would like Liverpool to sign? Let me know your thoughts. Keep the same energy. Stay blessed. And I'll catch you guys soon. Peace.